Chelsea just won to Real Sociedad 3-1 in the last preseason match of the Premier League season. And does it actually paint the full picture? It was a game of two halves, and here's why. First things first, let's talk about the opponent. This is a Real Sociedad team without or years about starting. I think they hasn't really fully returned or gotten up to speed on things for the Real Sociedad team. But altogether, it was an actual strong lineup. I'm seeing some familiar faces here, such as Berentia, Soler, Kubo. Yes, I would say that they fielded a relatively strong team against us. So we did test ourselves against a strong opponent. Let's not take that out of context here. And the competition is, as I said before, is a preseason match. It's just fitness and getting used to the tactics and everything that we're actually meant to be bothered with here. But I would say that your first half was utter garbage. I must be sincere. It's rubbish. I don't know why we were giving them so much room in the midfield. I don't know whether it was because of the Caicedo and James partnership. Maybe they're still getting used to each other. Who knows? Also, even the defense too. Lacroix is just coming in as the first middle centre back of the back three. So I would say that that's probably the problem was that playing in that middle as a brand new centre back can come with difficulties because you're the first person that's going to be controlling the whole back line. So I mean, he's not somebody that is not even used to the team yet. But at the end of the day, I think like due to, and I'll still come to this point later, he grew into it in the second half. Yes, everybody was more organized in the second half. I don't know that is because of the, well, I said, the Jambi Alonso effect during halftime. He did give them a very serious huddle during the water breaks and the second half. So I'm sure he is telling those players some things. Sort yourselves out. I'm not meant to be losing this match. We are Chelsea Football Club and this Real Sociedad. I'm sorry to say, all respect to the opponent, but we can't be lagging behind. And yeah, I won't say we're lagging behind. We're just a draw, but from my own opinion, it is lagging behind. I was not happy with the way what things were going before the first half ended. Then my analysis of the first half actually is that it was a strong lineup. As I said before, if you watch my preview on my YouTube shorts, it was actually quite wonderful. We set out to start introducing our key players that were signed over the summer into the match as soon as possible. We didn't want Lacroix to be having to come out from the bench for the first two matches of the Premier League season, or even Morgan Rogers. These are our key players. And it shows a sign that Xabi Alonso wants to start winning from the beginning. So him starting these players as soon as they start training for preseason is a sign that he really wants these guys getting up to speed on things before the main season starts. So yeah, it was a very strong starting lineup. Then how we wanted to build, I would say that it was very interesting actually. The white centre backs went into the field while people like Caicedo dropped in together with the centre back, that's Lacroix, to form sort of a four at the back build up with the fullbacks now pushing forward aggressively. I really did like that tweak because it made sure that no matter what, we are having an aggressive approach even in build up because it's not just about rotating the ball around your centre backs and your midfielders. Are there people in the wings to distribute to him daily and there are quick breaks? And he now even gave people like Palmer and Rogers room to now go into the middle. Because that was actually very interesting because it looked like we were always finding Palmer in between the lines. And I did appreciate that because nearly we found Palmer in between the lines. He had the time to actually pick up a pass immediately to the striker. And it showed because you can see here that Jalpredo has actually scored 2 goals on this match. It's due to that intelligent build-up play that Xabi Alonso introducing into the team. Our pressing approach was actually quite interesting. It didn't show that like everybody is one person to one man. Everybody is actually marking spaces here, and everybody is conserving energy while we're doing it because of we're pushing forward aggressively. He left one man spare to still chase the ball while others are still trying to cover the man, and it's something very interesting I actually noticed too. Then our biggest chances, of course, came from our best player, João Pedro. I mean, it's sad that we gave Palmer the number 10 shot before this guy joined the team, but over the course of this one season and even the beginning of this preseason, this guy has just had so much to prove. And it's also interesting that a player that we didn't know that he would be a 9. It turned out to be our best player. And I mean, nobody was actually excited about this transfer. But he has actually proved himself lately. And I must say he is our best player in the team. The biggest takeaway from this first half actually is the fact that Morgan Rogers really wanted to introduce himself into the team as soon as possible. The first 10 minutes was that beautiful tapping from João Pedro, and Morgan Rogers made it 1-0 in the space of 9 minutes. So yeah, that's a very, very key thing. In terms of tactics, you can't say too definitively, but I must be sincere. It's definitely showing that Xabi Alonso is trusting more of his Bayer Leverkusen side over his Real Madrid side with the 3-4-3 build-up play. The one of the midfielders dropping in to support the centre backs in build-up, and the fullbacks pushing as high as possible, because it felt like the way Frimpong was seen as another extra attacker in that middle, in that forward line, was the same way Pedro Neto was also an extra attacker in that front line. So it's something very key to note, and something we should actually be very impressed with. It's beautiful play from Xabi Alonso here. Then when it comes to our transitional game, yeah, it's actually been very nice. I think he's really taking advantage of how smart we are in transitions now, because we have smart players now in that front. Like when João Pedro gets the ball, you don't see this guy actually losing it. Either he's spinning a man or using his strength to hold off a man and playing a very nice pass. So I would say that our transitional threat is actually way better now, because we're finding, from what I told you before, that the the deeper midfielders are going that inwards to actually help in the build-up, and the fullbacks are now occupying those white spaces. It gives those number 10 slash wingers space to actually attack those half spaces and now be a passing option there. And as we find them, they find their player. They have that extra yard of time to actually find better players there in the middle or in the wings. So this is actually a very, very big shift from what Enzo Maresca was doing, in which he's trying to just congest the middle. But Xabi Alonso is actually decongesting the middle so that people like Palmer and Rogers can have a lot of fun in those mid spaces. So I really appreciate that. So far, the big chances all came from João Pedro. That first goal from Morgan Rogers was still that same. I mean, João Pedro, the fact that this guy can actually, his accuracy in his headers is just a win for me, because it's been known as a striker that can actually adequately make use of his head, so to say, to actually score goals and create chances for the players. So that play from him to actually head the ball down to the keeper, and the keeper now parries out, and then Morgan Rogers was just obviously attacking the space, was just a key thing. I mean, I like the fact that Xabi Alonso is one, Hoffman is his Morgan Rogers, Boniface is João Pedro, then the creative player Verts is Palmer, the extra attacking winger is Neto, and the extra centre back that can play as a left back or an advanced left back is Colwell, and he's doing it in a very smart way, because Bayer Leverkusen, he had weaker players to, no offense to them again. He had lower quality players to actually achieve something so great with the unbeaten treble. Not unbeaten treble. He really also unmatched in the finals, but that's aside. The almost unbeaten treble. And then now have coming to Chelsea with better quality players to achieve that same goal. So it's obvious that, yeah, I'm very confident we're going to win something based on if history can repeat itself. Then my man of the match, of course, is the star boy, João Pedro. But a quick second will be, I would say it's quite interesting. Let me see. The way I'll start, you'd see that they gave Pedro Neto a greater rating than even Morgan Rogers here. But I would say, by the way of actual just pure player performances, no goals, no assists, my man of the match is João Pedro. Then Morgan Rogers has a good shout. Then João Pedro, and then Caicedo. Then Rich James, of course, he's James. He's the best player on right back and still the best player in central midfield. So he is the best player on the pitch. Then that very beautiful goal by the Real Sociedad player can be talked about. I mean, it was not really, you can't really say anything bad about the goalkeeping. I mean, it was a wonderful goal. I don't know why they're scoring those very good goals this preseason, but let's just hope it doesn't continue on to the Premier League season. Hopefully. This is Ramburu. The name is really a mouthful though. But anyway, the way of disappointing performances, I would say nobody actually disappointed me personally. It was a calm performance by everybody, but I would say that someone that left a lot of room for growth. I won't say improvement, but growth is, of course, um, Palestra. I won't say it was a bad performance, but it was an okay performance. Although he is victim of his own success, he's already used to giving us very big performances already. But it's just a preseason match. You can't really hold anything against him. Then a player worth discussing, I'm thinking, in my own personal opinion here, is Rich James. Are we planning on using him as a right back? No. It's definitely obvious that it's Gusto and Palestra that are wing backs, and then if Neto still stays on that right wing back. So he can't use him as a right back, right side of the centre back, because I feel like the people that have nailed that position right now are Fofana and Achempong. Fofana is really coming on his own. So where's where does Rich James fall in all these plans? Because yes, he can play that central midfield, but I think Xabi Alonso would prefer a more specialized player there, someone that is a central midfielder born and bred. So, but I know there, I think Rich James can play anywhere. To be sincere, but I would say that I would prefer someone like Enzo Fernandez, because from when Enzo Fernandez actually came on the pitch, he felt very different for somebody of his own quality, or let's say his own quality in central midfield, playing that role. But I mean, who am I to say? Xavi Alonso is the one bringing all this beauty here. We're just armchair fans at the end of the day. So yeah, what I would just say was a beautiful adjustment to actually get us this result was that's still that same thing. Quick play to João Pedro, quick play to João Pedro, quick play to João Pedro. And I'm happy that we're actually having a nine that can do all these things now and actually finish off these chances, because the first goal was a thing of beauty. I mean, that header. The second goal too was still the João Pedro finish. Then the last goal, that's something I really want to talk about, because this guy can actually finish one-on-ones effectively. Like, well, that was stone cold. So I must say that, yeah, João Pedro is the thing. And if we are to do anything very big in this season, I feel like he's a key player and he'll be a key player in it. So this just I'm not really saying all this things to like slate Palmer or anything. I just have to say that Palmer has to start sitting up if he wants to still retain that status of being the best player on the team. It's a discussion for another day, but my own is that the team just be winning. And I mean, everybody will still be getting their money. I'm just here commenting on it. So where is the improvement now? The improvement is 3-4-3 is the thing. I mean, I don't know why he has been experimenting with the other things, but I guess it's preseason, so let's just keep with the 3-4-3, see where we can go during the season, and just keep it up. No, nobody should just stress anybody here. Just keep doing your thing, keep winning, and please, us. I've been a very sad Chelsea fan these last few seasons, so I really want us to just least of this season I'm expecting is third place. And even with that third place, it means that we struggled for that first position. I ended up at third place. I don't want to see that we're comfortably fighting from sixth to third. I ended up at third. I want that we're at first. Then something does crazy happen and we ended up at third. That's just where I am right now. So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is my first official match reaction. I'm doing this. One day, this is also a side note too. I'm really hoping that one day that I can be doing this thing full time. I'm a doctor by profession, but I just love talking about football more. So as always, there was Zeus Talks Footy with your match preview. This is my official first match preview of the YouTube channel. And as I've said before, and you can see from my caption in my YouTube channel, I really want to do this thing full time. I'm actually a doctor by profession, but everybody in my profession, that's the way you need to. But please, me, I really enjoy talking about football. It's my actual passion in life. So please and please and please like, comment, and subscribe. It gives all of us in this our YouTube space some encouragement to keep on doing this. But at the end of the day, it's our passion at the end of the day. So please like, comment, and subscribe. If I've not said it before, I'm saying it now. I really appreciate it. Let the algorithm gods favor us. As always, stay coaching.